Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go into the house of the Lord." I'm Father Steve Sellers, and thank you so much for tuning in today for this brief daily message of hope. Well, I'm on the third day or so of our excursion into Louisiana, so spending some time in Natchitoches. And I was reading through the gospel lesson for this morning for Mass from Matthew chapter 13, and there was a verse that always jumps out at me. Now, this is a passage today where Jesus is in his hometown of Nazareth, and he's running into some opposition. There are people in Nazareth who know him very well, and they're not giving him the respect that he had received in Capernaum and Bethsaida and in some of the other cities down on the Sea of Galilee. Back in Nazareth, he was just Mary's boy, Jesus. So where did he get all these wise teaching? And they demanded signs and miracles from him. And then the last verse in the passage today says this, and he would do no major sign of power among them because of their disbelief. Now, it's qualified in Mark's gospel that he did lay his hands on a few people and he healed them. But for the most part, he did no major miracle because of their unbelief. We sometimes underestimate how we can be hindered by our lack of belief. Now, belief is simply a mental process where we affirm in our mind that something is true, and we hold it to be true. Now, Jesus said that even the demons believe in him. Yes, even the demons who kept rushing up to Jesus everywhere he went believed in him. They knew who he was, but they were not prepared to worship him or act positively on what they believed and knew to be true. So our challenge is to, first of all, affirm our belief. Do we believe that Jesus is who he says he is? Do we take him at his word, or do we disbelieve? Do we hold as true the fact that he says he is the resurrection and the life, and that whoever lives and believes in him will never die? Do we hold him at his word when he says he's the light of the world, and whoever follows him will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life? Do we hold him at his word to be true when he says that he and the Father are one? Because it takes an act of faith, an active step in a positive direction to act on our belief. And the people in Nazareth were not willing to act on that belief. They were not willing to step beyond the fact that they knew who he was. He was Mary's son. But Jesus himself was acting in a way that defied their expectations of him. Well, I've got to tell you, Jesus will always defy our expectations of him. He will always act in our lives in a much grander and bolder and miraculous way if we're willing to take a step out in faith. And faith is really what it all boils down to. Faith is taking our mental belief, what we hold to be true, and acting on it, being prepared to take a step in a positive direction for ourselves and for others. Jesus would do no mighty work of power surrounded by such unbelief. Our challenge is to believe with our hearts, to believe in our minds, to confess with our lips that Jesus Christ is Lord, to take a positive action, to smile and radiate with his joy wherever we go, actively portraying the love that he's already given to us, actively communicating the compassion he's already given to us and sharing it with others. When we take that mental belief and put it into action, we're opening up the pipeline for the Lord to act mightily in our life. But when we doubt, and doubts are not signs of weakness, doubts are simply moments where we need to pray about opening our hearts even more. So open your heart today and let the Lord in and experience his love and mercy and compassion. Believe it to be true. Act upon it. Be joyful. Share the joy with others and experience the love he has for you. God bless you. I hope you have a great day today, and I will see you here again tomorrow.